right. I'd like to welcome the 2025 Rocket Classic champion, Aldrich Potgieter. Aldrich, it's been a long day, long playoff. How would you kind of characterize today and what it took to come out on top for your first PGA TOUR win?
It was a big grind. I mean, it was a very long day and kind of couldn't get ahead of myself, and I didn't get off to the best start, so I knew there was a lot of holes still available, still to get back, and there was a switch that kind of went off when I lost the lead, and I kind of felt like, okay, I can kind of chase something, so I kind of had to pull myself out of the environment I was in before those first couple of holes and get in that chase mode where I can kind of play some different golf that I played the first 3 days. So when that went off, I birdied the par 5 on 7, birdied 8, had a really good look on 9, so I felt the momentum switch there, definitely.
And then one more for me before we open it up to media for questions. How difficult was it mentally? You came into the day with a 2-shot lead, and then it seemed like the whole day was kind of fighting to get there, and then a long playoff. I guess, what was the mental battle that you had today?
Definitely seeing a lot of putts not drop. I left a lot short, so it was definitely a grind to kind of pull something out of the books to kind of feel like I can hit the putt a lot harder, but not lose where I'm aiming and matching the speed on the line. So it was definitely hard playing all those playoff holes where putts weren't dropping, where I had really good looks at it. So it was nice to finish on a really good putt on that par 3 to get the victory, so that was good.
All right. Media, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. We can get a microphone over to you. We'll start in the back here with Jimmy.
Hey, Aldrich. Congrats. Awesome stuff today. Can you talk a little bit about heading to the first tee, just kind of how you felt heading into today's round?
Yeah, waking up this morning was quite difficult. I had to book out of my Airbnb at 10 o'clock, so was out of there and only needed to show up to the course at around 12. So drank a coffee somewhere, and that got me a little shaky, but no, it was okay. I kind of struggled to eat a little bit. Kind of the nerves kicked in when I got here, kind of sitting at play dining. But I think that's just kind of normal and kind of have to get through that. But yeah, that first tee shot, hit a great drive, hit a great pitch shot, and made a putt. So that got me through that, and it was nice to start the day off with a birdie.
You arrived at the first tee even before the group that went off before you. Was there anything there?
No, I kind of like to sit, mark 2 or 3 golf balls, get into a nice headspace. Did an interview as well before I teed off. So yeah, it's my time just before I tee off where I can kind of get a breath in, relax, and kind of get my head ready.
Earlier this week, you shot 29 on the front, and I think it was on the 7th tee today, you were actually 1 over on that front 9. Where were you at right after those 2 bogeys?
Yeah, it was definitely playing different than yesterday. That front 9 played a little bit more difficult, like the tee shot on 2. I'm not the biggest fan of that tee shot. It was a little into the wind, and 3-wood and driver kind of, I've been hitting it a little bit spinny, but it's kind of the good spin that keeps the ball kind of, when I hit it knuckly, it kind of goes a little sideways, and I kind of hit a little knuckly drive, and it kind of just drifted to the right, and unfortunately had to take the unplayable. But yeah, it was difficult to get through those first 4 holes, even the par 5, 4th with the OB right and the big tree on the left. I can't start my drive way on the left side and play that natural fade. So it was definitely a grind to get through those first 4 or 5 holes.
We spoke earlier this week about your new irons in the bag and kind of some of your gapping issues. Was there anything, any shots today on approach, specifically maybe that approach into 15 or maybe on 18 in regulation where you came up short into the valley? Was that kind of the issue you were dealing with there?
The first time playing 18, just before the playoff, we were kind of in between, and the wind was kind of going all over the place. We couldn't make up our minds if it was hurting or if it was straight off the right. And I had my lie, I was on a little hill, so the ball was kind of a little above my feet, and I was trying to hit a a 50-degree, bring it in with the wind, and it came up just 2 yards short. I think if I got on top, it wouldn't have had much spin coming back down. So I think it would have placed me basically where I was on the first playoff hole if I just hit it maybe a yard or two further. And then hitting it basically in the same spot on the playoff, I was about 3 yards in front of my drive. So we just clubbed up and trusted the wind that was going to hurt a little bit and hit a pitching wedge and try to hit it a little more into the bank and let it skip up, and it didn't get the skip. But I was happy to see the ball stay up on top of the hill.
It's been almost a month since your last start. Can you talk about why you took that time off and what you did during that period?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to go home, see the family. I haven't been home since February, since Mexico, and before that week I had 3 weeks off, I think, as well. So it was nice to get the refresh, come back with the new equipment, not overthinking too much stuff. I think I did a really good job at not coming in expecting too much because so much has changed. So it's nice. I thought I didn't hit enough balls at home. I could have done a little bit more work, but it's nice to kind of see some results coming from the club fitting and having some time off to breathe a bit.
Next question. We can get a mic up here to Tony for the next question, second row.
Tony Paul, Detroit News. You kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, but do you think when that something switched in your game today, do you think you came out a little bit more tentative and got more aggressive, or how did you?
Yeah, I think it's very different sleeping on a lead as well. I think if you're 1 or 2 shots back, you kind of have the mindset of, okay, I need to play well, and there's 5 or 6 guys who are right behind me, 2 shots off the bat. So I kind of need to kind of feel what the day was going to be like. Saw some guys up early getting up that leaderboard, and the guy I was playing with, Max, he was also playing really good golf. So once after that 5 or 6 holes when I lost the lead, I kind of figured, okay, we got to change, we got to play like we played the last 3, and that was my intention going into the day as well. But it's so hard to commit and really trust to do that. It's you kind of need it's such a big mental switch you need to put on. And once I did that, it was kind of a big game changer.
Is it almost more fun to play from behind, to kind of be the chaser?
Yeah, I think it's big for me. I like to kind of set a target to meet that target, and it's hard to kind of know what other guys are going to do. It's kind of like playing match play. It's very different to playing a golf course, where you're just trying to hit your golf ball and play the golf course. Every hole is going to be different, where playing a player, it can change so much, and playing a player, you can be a bit more aggressive with playing match play, but you also don't want to make big mistakes because there's 6, 7 guys right behind you pushing you all the way. So once we made that switch, it definitely helped me to kind of go a little bit more flag hunting and hit the ball a little closer.
Lastly, did you throw the ball away to a fan?
I did.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. It was just in the moment. I was just pumped up. I know my grandma's probably going to be quite mad at me. I give her all my stuff that I've won with, so she's not going to be pretty happy.
Stay on the right.
Thanks. Aldrich, congratulations. Nick Mannis with Crane's Detroit Business. Anything about the course particularly that stood out to you regarding your game and how you played it?
Yeah, I think the front 9 and back 9 definitely played different with the wind switch we had yesterday and today. Yesterday made the front play a lot easier and then the north or the south wind played the back a little bit easier. So it was definitely nice to get that birdie on 7 and 8, knowing you're going into the back 9 where you got some good opportunities that's going to suit my game, especially the par 5s. I was happy to walk away with 2 birdies, and I probably should have eagled 17. I left that putt short again. So it was nice coming into this back 9 knowing that I can go at some flags and be a bit more aggressive.
Just go back one.
I'm Matthew Hawkins, Detroit Free Press. Congrats on the victory, obviously, but I was wondering, you said yesterday you're a little bit of a scoreboard washer when you're playing, and you obviously had a tougher time on the back 9 yesterday than you did on the front 9. Was there any point where you were particularly concerned watching the leaderboard on the front 9, and how did you prevent yourself from kind of getting overwhelmed by that feeling?
Yeah, yesterday there was a lot of guys. Obviously, I'm teeing off the back of the field. There was a lot of guys going really low, really quickly. So we knew, okay, we had to get going really quick. And then going in today, it was quite a little bit different because I had a 2-shot lead. So I kind of had to get a feel of, okay, what's the wind doing, how's the course playing. It got a little bit more dry, so we thought it was going to play a little bit more difficult, but we saw so many guys still making a lot of birdies. So when we made that turn onto this back nine, we said, okay, let's give it a go, and we like this back nine, so give myself the most opportunities for birdie, and hopefully a lot of putts drop.
Anybody have any more questions for Aldrich? Awesome. Aldrich, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.